Welcome to episode 23, Hillcrest Houses. Strap in, this is going to be a big one. The Hillcrest Houses encounter is very much seen as the hardest encounter in Kill All. Now, in terms of upgrades, we've got the scope on the rifle, fire rate and capacity on the shotgun, capacity on the pistol, and fire rate on the revolver. Now, we upgraded the capacity on the pistol way back in Tunnels, and we did it to take full advantage of an ammo manipulation at the end of this encounter, so it's finally going to pay off. In terms of our supplement upgrades, we have increased health, upgraded melee weapons, faster prone and silencers, better trap mines, and better molotovs. Now I'm going to show you a quick trick. When you get the bow and arrow, you enter this tutorial where Ellie learns how to use the bow and arrow. If you half draw the bow and then fire, Ellie can fire another one, and you can do this as many times as you need. Now the fun thing is that this produces a new arrow that you can pick up every time. So once you've fired a bunch off, you can go up to the mannequin and go into the rest of the game with a full quiver. 6 arrows. Now, in terms of our loadout, we are going to want those 6 arrows. We also want to go in with the shotgun, the silenced pistol, the revolver, trap mines, and mollies. Also, heal. Do not go into this encounter with anything but full health. You're going to need it. Now, what's coming up is a series of encounters, with the first one by far being the biggest. There are 17 enemies, and if you alert, which we are going to do deliberately, there's 20 enemies in this first area alone. So let's have a look at how to do it. So we're going to go into the encounter. And we're going to start this encounter with a time critical route to take out the first 9 enemies, and the first 2 that we're going to deal with is this guy and his dog. So we're going to start off by switching into prone and going behind this car, and he's going to make his way into this garage on the left hand side. Now we're going to wait until he's behind the car before making our move. We're going to prone up. If you want, you can do a prone dive there. And then we're going to take him out and his dog out with an arrow while he is stopped. As soon as they are both dead, we're going to make our way around into this house. Straight down the stairs, switching to a crouch about halfway, and we're going to go beside this patio door, just to the edge of the window. And now that we're here, we're going to spam the grab button. This enemy here is going to come through the patio, and as long as you're spamming the grab button, Ellie will grab him and kill him. As soon as he's dead, we're going to make our way out of the house via the side door. We're going to climb up to the left and go straight into prone, and make our way through the grass around to the front of the house. Now once we get to the first window on the right, we're going to watch the girl inside. She will eventually come to a stop right here, and she'll then turn and make her way into the kitchen. At that point, we want to go into the house and hide behind this table. And then when she comes out from the kitchen, we're going to follow her around, grab her, and stealth kill her. We're now going to hide behind the table, but from the other direction. You can see a dog in the distance over there, and if he does a weird turn that he sometimes does, and you're in the middle of this house, he will see you and scupper everything. Once he's on his way, we're going to climb into the next house through the side windows. We're going to wait to see the guy going up the stairs. Once he's away up the stairs, we can do a bit of looting. Even a bit of crafting. We have time. And we're going to make our way to the side of the stairs. Now, as he comes down the stairs, we're going to kind of follow just behind him. And we're going to spam the grab button. And then what will eventually happen is Ellie will automatically make her own way around the stairs to get him. Like that. We now want to get our pistol out. Need to make sure that it's loaded and silenced. We then want to prone in this patch of grass. And the next enemy is going to stop around about this location that I'm aiming at. And when she stops, we're going to shoot her. She's going to stop about where I am aiming now. We're going to take her out with the pistol and then take out the dog with the bow. Now the dog always stops roughly in that patch of tall grass, so we're going to take him out there. We're then going to sprint into this house, break some glass, and fall back here. Now what we're trying to do at this point is get one of the WLF who is currently outside to come and investigate. She should then see her friend's dead body, come to investigate, and then we can stun her and do the same to her.
Oh my god.
Here she is. So we stun her, grab her, and kill her. Now the next kill isn't time critical, so at this point if you want you can run about and do some looting. Now one thing, I don't know what it is, but the door that's in this garage that goes into the main house, there's something up with it. Every time I try and go through it, I get seen even though there's nobody to see me. So I absolutely do not touch that door unless I'm already alerted and running away. We're now going to wait at the edge of this door and we're looking through the window to see this girl here moving away, and when she moves away we're going to make our way into the bathroom for some pills. And we're going to wait here until we see her in the window over there. And when she appears in the window, we're going to throw this bottle at that picture frame and hide behind the bed until she comes. There she is. Throw the bottle. So she'll arrive. She'll look round this corner, and when she does, we can come up behind her, grab her, and stealth kill her. So that's the first 9 enemies down. The next 7 enemies we're going to deal with by bottlenecking them into this house and taking them out loudly, but in a way that makes it safe. I'm going to place a trap mine here, and then I'm going to loot all the houses up to this point. Now once we're done looting, we're going to set off the next combat section by shooting the guy with his dog who patrols outside. we're going to shoot him with the rifle, and we can either do it from one of these houses or we can do it by standing on the bed in the upstairs bedroom of the last house on the right. I'm going to do it here because I find it's a slightly easier shot, and then I can show you which way to go to get to our bottleneck. Straight up these stairs and into this room. This is the alternative rifle kill. In this case, instead of leaving this house after killing the girl with the bottle lure, this time we're going to come into this bedroom, stand on top of the bed, aim the rifle and switch shoulder, and eventually the guy with the dog will stop about here. Now he has a relatively long patrol route, so you might have to wait here for a while, but eventually he will come to this point. There he is, coming now. Once he stops, shoot, and head back to the bottleneck. And now back to the original run. And what you're then going to do is you're going to use this room as your bottleneck. Now there are 4 enemies that will come into this house at this point. Of the 7 that you need to kill in this section, you've already killed 1 with the rifle shot, and 2 of them will stay outside. Now make as much noise as you need to, because you want them to come for you. You've got your trap mine in place to blow up anyone that comes from your right, and so you only need to worry about anyone coming at you from the left at this point. Now if anyone does come at you from the right, you're going to have to be careful, because then you do need to watch both sides. But as long as you're careful, it should be relatively easy to take out only 4 enemies up here. So that's now 3 down out of the 7. There's the guy we shot with the rifle, the dog, and that girl with the baseball bat. Only 4 left to go. And of those 4, only 2 of them will actually come up here. So we're going to kill 2 more in this room, and then we'll take the other 2 outside. Now these guys are taking a while to push, so I'm just going to probe out and see if I can catch one of them. Remember, I've got the trap mine protecting my right flank. Here he comes. Now don't worry about using too much shotgun, revolver. Don't worry about resources here. The reason that we have been saving resources during other strategies is for this encounter. So there's now only 2 left, and the 2 that are left are 2 that will only ever stay outside. So we've now made this area safe. I've picked up the trap mine because I don't want to leave something like that behind. Now the 2 that are left, they will roam around this area. So what I'm doing is I'm probing in from one side to see if I can see any. I have seen one here, I've killed him, and now I'm going to use this whole area that I've cleared in order to come round and get an angle on the other one. At this point there is only one enemy left in this whole area. And there she is. So because she's the only enemy left, there's no need to be using valuable resources on her. Using the environment to stay away from her until she gets close enough that we can run in and take her out. Now you might remember I said that there are 20 enemies in this area, and so far we've only taken out 16. This wall here, and somewhere up there, there is a threshold, and the last 4 enemies will not spawn in until you cross that threshold. So now that the area is clear, I'm going to go in, and here comes one of them, and she always goes into this gazebo and makes for a really easy headshot with the rifle. I'm then going to retreat back into this house, and similar to how we took out the last 2 enemies of the last wave, we're going to use the whole area that we've cleared for cover, and then probing in to take out the last 3. And those last 3 are 2 WLF and 1 dog. So there's one of them. So there's now only 2 left, which is 1 man and his dog. Now what's happening here is I'm not happy with the fact that I can't locate them, so what I'm doing is I'm running away from the area that they think that I'm in. And attempting to get the drop on them from another angle. Now I've just noticed the dog going into this house over here. And at this point, what you want to be doing is just using the environment to stay safe while you get closer and staying under cover until you're able to make your move. Now if you do lose track of the enemies at any point, don't take any chances, run back, get out of there and re-find them. Here they are there.
Here you are.
And take them out. Now before you leave this area, make sure you loot everything. There are a lot of resources here. Also check any bodies that you used an arrow for, so that you've got as many arrows as possible going into the rest of the game. For the next area of houses, you're going to want the shotgun fully loaded, and you're going to want the pistol fully loaded as well. So in the next area, we're going to start off by going down this slope with the shotgun already equipped. See the taller grass in front of us, we're going to dive into that and keep going forward around the right of the planter, and when these 2 enemies start climbing the fence, we're going to run up to them and shoot them off the top of the fence. Now that will lure the last WLF to our location, so we're going to prone dive through the grass to get away, pistol out, and then we're going to be very careful not to get caught by the last WLF. Now she will head towards where the shot was. We're going to shoot her in the head, dodge her dog, and kill it. For the next area, we're going to want to get a trap mine out before we jump in. We're going to jump in, put the trap mine down where we land, straight into prone, and then we want to make our way to the tall grass over in the corner.
Let's get one alive and find out.
And from here, we'll watch the fireworks. Now, sometimes the dog survives that blast. There is a woman here up on that roof. You don't need to kill her because she's out of bounds. However, killing her is a really good way to check if the dog is dead or not. Because when you shoot her, it makes noise, and then if the dog's still alive, he'll come in and try and attack you. There's the dog. Quite happy that everyone's dead. So I'm now going to go into the next area. For the next area, you're going to want a Molotov. Have that ready before you go. We're going to drop down into this basement and straight forward through this door. We're going to crouch behind the couch, and as the enemies come down the stairs, we're going to throw the Molotov at them. Now, the first guy that comes down the stairs is a melee only enemy, so concentrate the Molotov on the two that come down after him, and if any survive the Molotov, melee them. Now, up the stairs there is one girl, and how you kill her depends on what you've got. I've got the axe, so I'm just going to run in and kill her. However, if I've got a bottle, I can use that to stun her. Whatever you do, make sure she dies. Now, this machete is really, really important for stalker offices, which is one of the next encounters we're going to do. Make sure you pick up that machete and do not use it. Following on from these cutscenes, we're going to go into a crouch and we're going to wait at this doorway. And in this area there are 4 enemies. Of the 2 closest to us, Jesse's going to take out this one on the left, and when he makes his move, we're going to come out of the door and make our way towards this girl, who we're going to grab and stealth kill. There's now only 2 enemies left.
You got anything? Sound off. Casey?
Now, these 2 enemies can run in a variety of different ways, so what I always do is I use the shotgun to kill one of them, and then I use the environment to get the jump on the last one. Now, that guy that I just killed, he carries a health pack. If you don't have 3 health packs at this point, make sure you pick that one up. Once they're all dead, we're going to get into the truck. Now, all of the enemies coming up, you do not need to kill any of them for the purposes of kill all, but there are some that you need to kill in order to stay alive. So all the enemies in this section can't kill you and don't need to die. The guy that comes through the window and grabs Jesse, he does need to die. The driver of the truck later on, the runner that comes through the window, and the clicker right at the end, they all need to die as well. Now, while I kill these enemies, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you about a ammo manipulation trick that I've been actually working towards throughout the run. In Tunnels 2, I upgraded the pistol with the capacity, and I've also been using the pistol without really worrying at all about how many bullets I've got. At the end of this encounter, once all the enemies are dead, bar the clicker, we're going to reload the pistol. With the pistol loaded, we're then going to use as few shots as possible to kill the clicker. The minimum is 2. And the rest of that clip will stay with us into the rest of the game. And by upgrading capacity earlier on in the game, I've essentially given myself an additional 4 bullets when I use that trick. This means that even if I go into this car chase with 0 ammo in the pistol, I'm going to come out the car chase with a full clip, -2 for the clicker. So I've reloaded the gun. Quick time event for the runner. And then when the clicker comes through the front, 2 headshots, and we're done. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.